Egbo Group hosted a night of excellence and long service award for their staff members. And then the founder of the Egbo Group, Alhaji Abdul Samad Rabiu, gave out almost 30 billion naira in cash to faithful staff members that have served for long. Some earned as much as 100 million naira, and some 250 million, and some 500 million. And 5 outstanding individuals were given 1 billion naira each. And then there was a grand prize for the longest serving staff member who started working with him in 1989 when he started business newly. That amount, the grand prize, was not mentioned, but this man was rewarded for his long service. Check how many years from 1989 till now. How many years is that? Now, he gave these staff members these bonuses on the basis of their faithfulness, their commitment, their loyalty over a period of time. So that brings me to the next point, which is, value for process. Be patient with, don't be too desperate to succeed. There are people who are in a hurry. A lot of people are in a hurry to succeed. When people have opportunity to work with successful people, they want to drive their car immediately. They want to live in the kind of house they live immediately. But the successful person you are working with today didn't become successful overnight. It took him a period of time to build his success. But the mistake a lot of people make is that first day they start working, they want to be like the MD. They want to be like the CEO. They want to live like him. They want to drive like him, eat like him. They want to measure, because you are working in that company, but you're not the owner of the company. Somebody may say, but it's not every company that behaves alike. They don't need to be like that for you to learn to follow process. So when you find yourself in such an environment, be patient. Don't be in a hurry to make it. Because this is one of the things that make people lose the opportunities they have. So you begin to work patiently. If your salary is 50,000, maintain it, and then just live within the boundaries of what you have, and then keep being faithful. Time will come when you are no longer just going to be earning salary. You are going to be earning because of your loyalty and your commitment to the progress of the person or the company or the organization you are serving in. So let's learn to maintain process. A lot of people are in a hurry to make it. Some people, if you open a business now, you engage them. You may pay them, say, 50,000, 100,000. But at the end of the month, they want to steal extra 50,000, extra 150. Some people steal more than what they're paying them as salary. And tomorrow, that person is released from that place saying Nigeria is bad, there is no job. Many times there are jobs, but people are too much in a hurry to make it. And this is the mindset that has led people to, internet fraud and all that. Anybody you see who is succeeding as an internet fraudster today can actually succeed in doing the right thing. But the problem is that they are too much in a hurry. They don't want to calm down to follow process. And anybody that will not follow process is not actually going to be succeed. Because if you jump up, you will eventually fall down. But if you climb up, you can remain up. So from today, begin to tell yourself that, no, I have to grow gradually. Don't be in a hurry. Yes. For example, look at Joseph. Joseph was already favored in the house of Potiphar. And then the next thing that was left was Madam. And Madam was making advances towards Joseph. Can you imagine what would have happened if Joseph had given in? Madam would have recommended him further to the master. So let's build him a house. This guy is a very good guy. He would have spoken very good things about Joseph. Joseph would have had access, had the influence that a slave will not have. But his destiny would have ended there. But Joseph, instead of compromising, he preferred to go to prison. But in the process of time, his integrity, spoke for him. Time came where God bypassed both Potiphar and the wife and took him above them because he was patient to wait for process. The Bible says concerning Jesus, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despised the shame. He died the death on the cross. It's a shameful death. He could have, the time the devil tempted him and said, bow down to me and I'll give you the entire world which was delivered to me. He would have been in a hurry and he would have collected it. And then today, the story won't be the same. The whole world would have still been lying in darkness. Today, we will not be talking about him. Today, the entire universe will not be worshiping him. We couldn't have been calling him King of Kings and Lord of Lords. But because he was patient, even as a son of God, he had to be patient. The Bible says that Jesus learned obedience by the virtue of the things he suffered. So for 30 years of his lifetime, he was patiently waiting for his time. So be patient, wait for your time. Don't be in a hurry. Once you display the attitude of desperation around successful people, they close in. They will identify you. So they begin to avoid giving you too much space. They say this guy is desperate. If you see money now, he will escape. Are you understanding? So show them that you're a contented person. Being contented does not mean that you will just remain at this level forever. You have a clear cut vision, but you want to follow process to make it come to pass. Because if you're a desperate person, even in your communication it shows, every action shows. How you think on this side is what affects how you behave on the outside. And the mature, experienced person will see you, can tell what you are thinking even before you say it. Don't be pressured, and don't let anybody intimidate you or pressure you into doing what is not right, because eventually it will fail.